The pain never left, it just learned to hide. Every boulevard memory somewhere inside, carrying what never had a chance to heal. I've been riding these streets for 20 years or more. Every corner got a story from before, when things were different and the hope was real. Now the pain never left and I know how to feel. It's living in the engine as I cruise at night. Every street light casting shadows on the fight. Inside my chest between the past and what I know. The pain never left, it just learned to grow into something that I carry like a gift. Everybody, your memory giving me a lift out of the despair and into something more. The pain never left, but it opened up a door. The pain never left, it lives inside the chrome. Every boulevard mile, I carry it home. Melodic hook rising in the midnight air. The pain never left, but I learned to care for the weight of everything this Barrio gave. Every sorrow and every love and every grave of the dreams that didn't make it to the dawn. The pain never left, but the music carries on. Smooth and painful like the slow midnight ride. Every emotion that I carry deep inside of a chest that learned to hold the hurt and drive. The pain never left, but I'm still alive. And riding through the city with my windows down. Every corner of this sorrowful old town has a piece of something that I left behind. The pain never left, it lives inside my mind. And on the nights when it gets heavy and real, I take a long way home to sit and feel every piece of it without a single guard. The pain never left, but it made me hard. Painful and melodic in the midnight air. Every emotional note riding everywhere on the boulevard where sorrow found its home. The pain never left, I never ride alone. With the weight of everything I have survived, every painful memory is how I stayed alive. To the beauty and the grace of this Barrio life. The pain never left, but it cut like a knife through the ordinary into something real. Every painful boulevard moment is a seal on the covenant I made with who I am. The pain never left, it is my diagram. Now I see the young ones coming up behind, carrying the same pain in their eyes and mind. And I wanna tell them what the miles taught me here. The pain never left, but it made the path more clear to the truth of what we are inside these streets. Every painful step is how the Barrio beats, with the life that refuses to give up the ghost. The pain never left, but I love this boulevard the most. For every sorrow that it asked me to survive, the pain never left and it keeps me alive. To the deeper understanding of this place, the pain never left, it wears a different face. The pain never left, it lives inside the chrome. Every boulevard mile, I carry it home. Melodic hook rising in the midnight air. The pain never left, but I learned to care for the weight of everything this Barrio gave. Every sorrow and every love and every grave of the dreams that didn't make it to the dawn. The pain never left, but the music carries on. The pain never left, but the music stays. Boulevard at midnight, chrome and tears. The pain never left, and neither do I. Crying on the boulevard, nobody sees. Every tear behind the windshield, in the breeze, just me. In the night, and everything I lost. I drive when I can't sleep and the walls closing. Every boulevard mile of medicine for the kind of pain that daylight cannot cure. Crying on the boulevard, I know the cure is not a cure at all, just a temporary grace of the open road, replacing the empty space in the heart that learned to grieve behind the wheel. Crying on the boulevard is how I feel. The weight of every loss I had to carry here. Every street of memory that once was clear, now it blurs behind the tears as I roll by. Crying on the boulevard, asking why. Crying on the boulevard at 2 a.m. Every painful memory starting up again. Smooth and sorrowful, the midnight boulevard is. Crying on the boulevard, washing away my fears with the motion of the wheels beneath my chest. Every mile a stranger melancholy rest from the weight of everything that I have known. Crying on the boulevard and never alone. The city doesn't judge the ones who grieve in cars. Every boulevard rider wearing hidden scars beneath the confidence of chrome and tinted glass. Crying on the boulevard, watching the city pass in the blur of amber light and memory. Every corner of this body, you're reminding me of the ones who are no longer here to ride. Crying on the boulevard, holding body, your pride, and something else beneath the raw real. Every tear for midnight miles of how I feel about the beauty and the tragedy of this. Crying on the boulevard, what I always miss. Let the tears fall on the boulevard tonight. Every sorrow full of my life, no right in the way that honest music always is. Crying on the boulevard, it's what this is. A man alone inside his car in the night. Every painful memory burning bright with the truth that only dark roads understand. Crying on the boulevard, gun in the other hand. The town that took the ones I could not keep. Crying on the boulevard, going deep. By the time I pull apart, going deep, going deep, going deep, going deep. By the time I reach the harbor, I feel lighter here. Every mile of crime, making everything more clear about the love I had and what it meant to me. Crying on the boulevard, helping me to see that grief is not a weakness, it's a testament to every beautiful thing that came and went through this life on the boulevard we share. Crying on the boulevard shows I care enough to feel the full weight of the loss. Every tearful boulevard mile is the cost of having loved something beautiful and true. Crying on the boulevard, all for you. Crying on the boulevard at 2 a.m. Every painful memory starting up again. Smooth and sorrowful, the midnight boulevard is. Crying on the boulevard, washing away my fears with the motion of the wheels beneath my chest. Every mile a strange and melancholic rest from the weight of everything that I have known. Crying on the boulevard, I'm never alone. Crying, driving, boulevard, absorbing every tear. Barrio at night, witnessing all the pain and all the love. Crying on the boulevard. This too shall pass. Siempre is all I ever wanted to say, but the words kept getting lost along the way. Now the boulevard holds everything I meant. I remember when we used to make a plan. Para Siempre was the promise, hand in hand on the boulevard, but we began our story here. Every sunset on the strip was crystal clear with the meaning of forever in our eyes. Para Siempre reaching up into the skies of the California evening we called ours. From the twilight through the night and all the stars, I held your hand and told you what I meant. Para Siempre was a promise heaven sent, but forever is a word that life can break, and the boulevard remembers the heartache. Para Siempre, that's what I believe. Every promise that I made and you received on the boulevard, where love was supposed to last. Para Siempre, living in the past. Now I cruise these same streets in the evening air. Para Siempre, feeling everywhere in the places where your memory lives on. Para Siempre, even though you're gone. You made me believe in forever in the day. Every Para Siempre word you used to say meant the world to me. On the Barrio strip, Para Siempre was our lowrider trip. Through the years that we were building something real. Every Para Siempre was the way I feel about the love we had before the distance came. Para Siempre, nothing is the same without you in the passenger seat here. Para Siempre, in the boulevard still clear in my memory of every night we shared. Para Siempre, showing that you care. Forever is a promise that the Barrio keeps, even when the heart beneath the lowrider weeps. For the love that was and might have always been. siempre in the spaces in between the verses and the chorus of this life. Every para siempre, cutting like a knife through the ordinary into something true. Para siempre will always mean you.
Now the years have passed and I still take this road. Para siempre is a complicated load of love and loss mixed into one long drive. Every para siempre keep a memory alive of the one who made the boulevard feel bright. Para siempre in the amber night, I can almost see you in the passenger mirror.
Para siempre,
always getting clearer in the heart of a man who never quite let go of the para siempre from so long ago, when the world was simple and the promise true.
Para siempre,
I still ride for you.
Para siempre, that's what I believed. Every promise that I made and you received on the boulevard where love was supposed to last. Para siempre, living in the past. Now I cruise these same streets in the evening air.
Para siempre,
feeling everywhere in the places where your memory lives on.
Para
siempre, even though you're gone. Para siempre, forever.
Boulevard
remembers
every promise made.
Mi amor,
para siempre.
This ride for you.
Siempre.
Streets of sorrow.
Streets of sorrow running through my veins tonight. Hard bass dropping in the darkest city light. Every alley has a story that the daylight hides. Streets of sorrow is where Barrio pride resides. In the dark between the hope and what is real. Hard bass driving through the pavement, what I feel about the system and the struggle and the grind. Streets of sorrow always heavy on my mind, but I was born here and I carry this until every street of sorrow teaches me the skill of surviving what was never meant for us. Streets of sorrow built on pain and I don't trust. Streets of sorrow, hard bass in the night. Everybody's story burning in the light of the truth that nobody wants to hear. Streets of sorrow, making everything clear about the politics of this barrio life. Every hard bass cutting like a knife through the comfort of the ones who never knew. Streets of sorrow, this is what we go through. Snare snap cracking through the body of wear. Every hard truth about the life lived there in the margins of a city built on inequality. Streets of sorrow is the whole reality of the ones who navigate this world unseen. Every hard bass note describing what I mean when I say the streets got stories that won't quit. Streets of sorrow, every piece of it is something that was handed down through time. Every generation carrying the climb out of the impossible through sheer will. Streets of sorrow, and we ride it still. The streets of sorrow never ask for sympathy. Every hard truth is a form of dignity of the ones who face the hardest things and stay. Streets of sorrow is the price we pay for the privilege of belonging to this place. Every hard bass know the decoration of the face that looks back from the mirror every day. Streets of sorrow is the only way, but from the streets of sorrow came the art. Every hard bass note, a beating heart of a culture that refused to be erased. Streets of sorrow gave us all our taste for the beauty that survived the worst of it. Every hard truth leading to the lit path through the darkness of the barrio night. Streets of sorrow, but the music bright with everything the struggle had to teach. Every hard bass note bringing with them reach the understanding of a life honestly lived. Streets of sorrow, everything it gives. Streets of sorrow, hard bass in the night. Everybody's story burning in the light of the truth that nobody wants to hear. Streets of sorrow, making everything clear about the politics of this barrio life. Every hard bass cutting like a knife through the comfort of the ones who never knew. Streets of sorrow, this is what we go through. Streets of sorrow, forever. Hard bass, always riding. Barrio true, never fading. This is the life. Streets of sorrow, we carry on.
Broken chrome is all that is left tonight of the Impala that my father polished right. Every memory of him in every scratch.
We were gonna restore it in the summer here. Father and son project, crystal clear. In the driveway every weekend when the weather was good. Broken chrome reminded me he understood the language of the lowrider and what it means to pass the tradition through the in-betweens of a life that was too short for what we planned. Broken chrome still under the guiding hand of a man I can no longer touch or hear. Broken chrome and everything that's dear about the memory of a father and his son. Broken chrome, my project never done.
Broken chrome piano and the strings at night. Every memorial memory burning bright in the chest of every son who lost a dad.
Broken chrome,
the most beautiful thing I had left behind from every weekend spent in the driveway with the toolkit and intent of making something together shine again.
Broken chrome,
carrying the wind of before and after and the in-between. Every broken chrome memory I have seen is a window to the man who showed me how.
Broken chrome,
I carry every vow.
Gentle piano in the Barrio, evening air. Strings ascending like a kind of prayer for the ones who left before the work was through. Broken chrome is everything I do. Now when I am in the driveway working late, feeling him beside me as I navigate the restoration of the things he loves so much. Broken chrome polishing back to his touch in the memory of every lesson that he taught. Every broken chrome piece dearly bought with the time we had together that was never enough. Broken chrome is the most tender stuff. Every broken piece of chrome is a chapter of the book of a life together if you only look beneath the surface of the scratched and worn. Broken chrome from the life before he was gone. Gentle strings remind me that he left a part of himself in every piece of broken art that we were building together in the driveway of our love. Broken chrome in the grace of God above. I am finishing the restoration now.
Broken chrome
becoming bright somehow under hands that learn from us at every turn. Every broken chrome moment is a lesson to earn the right to call yourself a keeper of the craft of the lowrider tradition, fore and aft of every generation that will come. Broken chrome from father out to son, I can see his face reflected in the final shine. Broken chrome now looking so fine, and I know that he is watching from above. Broken chrome
carried on in love. Broken chrome piano and the strings at night. Every memorial memory burning bright in the chest of every son who lost a dad.
Broken chrome,
the most beautiful thing I had left behind from every weekend spent in the driveway with the toolkit and intent of making something together shine again.
Broken chrome,
carrying the wind of before and after and the in-between. Every broken chrome memory I have seen is a window to the man who showed me how.
Broken chrome,
I carry every vow. Broken chrome, now shining, dad in every reflection. Lowrider restored, memory alive. Broken chrome, now whole again. Still riding, yeah. Still riding through the pain and through the night. Every boulevard mile, keeping something alive inside. Still riding when the world said let it go. Still riding because the Barrio told me so.
They told me I would never make it through. Every hard night on the boulevard I knew the voices saying quit would never right. Still riding through the morning, through the night, through the loss and through the loneliness and more. Still riding past every closing door, with the chrome still gleaming in the engine true. Still riding because that's what I always do. The Barrio did not raise a man to fall. Every still riding story needs to be told. Of the persistence in the face of everything. Still riding through the pain and what it brings. Still riding down the boulevard alive. Every difficult and painful mile to survive. Talk box singing in the G-phone night. Still riding, keeping everything inside of the future that was promised to my soul. Still riding, making myself whole through the practice of just getting in the car. Still riding near and still riding far. Some nights the engine is the only voice I hear that tells me everything is gonna be clear. In the morning when the light comes over the hill. Still riding is the promise and the will to see the sun rise after every dark. Still riding, let the lowest ember spark back into the flame of who I am. Every still riding night a telegram from the future version of me who survived every hard night. Still riding and arrived at the place where morning means another chance. Still riding is my body a victory dance. Still riding through the pain and through the night. Every boulevard mile, keeping something alive inside. Still riding when the world said let it go. Still riding because the Barrio told me so. Every lowrider on the boulevard tonight. There's a still riding story burning right. With the persistence of the culture we maintain. Still riding through the sunshine and the rain of this Barrio life that asks so much of us. Still riding on the boulevard, don't trust that everything we carry has a purpose here. Still riding, making everything clear that the act of getting up and getting out. Still riding is what living is about. In the face of all the reasons not to go. Still riding, this is everything I know. Still riding down the boulevard alive. Every difficult and painful mile to survive. Talk box singing in the G-phone night. Still riding, keeping everything inside of the future that was promised to my soul. Still riding, making myself whole. Practice of just getting in the car. Still riding near and still riding far. Still riding forever. Barrio gave me everything. Engine still turning. Boulevard still calling. Still riding. Always will be.
Corazon Partido, splitting at the seams. Every boulevard night filled with broken dreams. But I keep the Impala running smooth. Corazon Partido, riding through the night. Every shot a piece of love in the amber light. You were everything about this Barrio life. Now Corazon Partido like a knife. Fast split the heart that used to feel complete. Every stoplight where we used to meet is a reminder that the love we had is through. Corazon Partido all because of you. But I keep on riding because what else is there? Every Corazon Partido needs the air of the open boulevard. Again. Corazon Partido in the midnight rain. Corazon Partido, mi alma hecho pedazos. Every broken piece held in my arms of memory that will not let me rest. Corazon Partido inside my chest. But the Impala keeps me moving through the night. Every Corazon Partido mile is right. Painful, beautiful way. Corazon Partido every day.
Slow and sorrowful, the midnight boulevard knows. The story of Corazon Partido glows in the eyes of every rider who was loved and lost. Every Corazon Partido is the cost of opening yourself to something true. Now Corazon Partido all for you, and I would do it all again the same. Corazon Partido worth every pain, because the love was real and so was I. Every Corazon Partido goodbye is actually a chapter, not an end. Corazon Partido on the bed, broken heart on the boulevard tonight. Every sorrowful and melodic mile ride with the truth that love is worth the breaking of it. Corazon Partido every bit of the pain is just a measure of the love. Corazon Partido from above comes the grace to keep on riding through. Corazon Partido, I still ride for you. Months have passed and still I take this road. Corazon Partido, lighter is the load. With every mile I put between the hurt, every Corazon Partido in the dirt of the boulevard, eventually flowers grow. Corazon Partido helping me to know that healing is not absence of the pain. Every Corazon Partido in the rain is also Corazon finding its way home. Corazon Partido never fully alone on the boulevard where love lives even in its loss. Corazon Partido worth every call. Corazon Partido, mi alma hecho pedazos. Every broken piece held in my arms of memory that will not let me rest. Corazon Partido inside my chest, but the Impala keeps me moving through the night. Every Corazon Partido mile is right in its own painful, beautiful way. Corazon Partido every day. Corazon Partido slowly healing. Boulevard, always receiving every broken piece. Mi Corazon Partido, but whole in a different way. Homie, rest in peace. Your name lives on these streets. Every lowrider that rolls by carries your heartbeats. This one is for you tonight. I remember when you used to ride beside me here. Every boulevard mile you made the night feel clear. You had a laugh that could light up the darkest block. Homie, rest in peace, the boulevard won't stop for anyone, but God knows it paused the night. When the call came and the city lost its light of your presence and your energy so real. Homie, rest in peace, I can still feel you in the passenger when the music plays. All the old school songs from my better days, when the summer seemed like it would never end. Homie, rest in peace, my brother and my friend. Homie, rest in peace, your spirit rides along. Gentle piano in the air, a memorial song for every moment that you gave this body your life. Oh, homie, rest in peace beyond the pain and strife. Oh, we carry you in every lowrider that rolls, gentle strings lifting up your soul from the boulevard to where the angels drive. Homie, rest in peace, your memory alive. The car club gathered at the corner where you fell. Every candle lit a story left to tell of the life you lived fully and without regret. Homie, rest in peace, we will not forget the way you always had your homies covered here. Every difficult moment you would appear with that smile that said it was gonna be alright. Homie, rest in peace, rest in God's light. Your kids are growing up and we are watching them. Homie, rest in peace, we are the stem of the roots you planted in this neighborhood. Every homie keeping it the way you would. For everyone the boulevard is taken too soon. Homie, rest in peace beneath the body of moon. Gentle piano carrying your name to the sky. Homie, rest in peace, this is our lullaby of love and someone who was not ready to go. Homie, rest in peace, let the candles go. On the anniversary, we all ride in your name. Homie, rest in peace, nothing is the same. But everything is richer for the time you gave. Every mile we ride is from your grave to the living world that you will wanna send. Homie, rest in peace, this is our hymn of gratitude for every laugh and ride. Every homie carrying you inside on the boulevard that you will always own. Homie, rest in peace, you'll never belong in the hearts of everyone who knew your name. Homie, rest in peace, the boulevard remains. Homie, rest in peace, your spirit rides along. Gentle piano in the air, a memorial song for every moment that you gave this body your life. Oh, homie, rest in peace beyond the pain and strife. Oh, we carry you in every lowrider that rolls. Gentle strings lifting up your soul. From the boulevard to where the angels drive. Homie, rest in peace, your memory alive. Rest in peace, homie. Boulevard remembers. Lowrider for you always. Your name on these streets. Homie, rest in peace. Until we meet again.
El dolor del barrio runs so deep tonight. Every family carrying it into the light of a new day that we hope will finally heal.
Del Barrio is the price of love for a place that asks so much from us above and beyond the ordinary sacrifice. El Dolor del Barrio is the highest price of belonging to a world that was not built for us. Every generation carrying on trust that the next one will have something better here. El Dolor del Barrio, crystal clear in the eyes of every grandmother who prayed, in the hands of every worker who stayed through the hardest nights to keep the family fed. El Dolor del Barrio in every bed.
El dolor del barrio is the song we know. Every painful and emotional glow of the truth that beauty always lives in pain. El dolor del barrio, sun and rain, falling on the same asphalt we call home. Every dolor del barrio, never alone, because the whole neighborhood shares in it. El dolor del barrio.
There's a woman in this barrio, I know the pain. El dolor del barrio falls like rain on the shoulders of las mujeres who hold it up. Every dolor del barrio in the cup of strength that mothers drink before the morning comes. El dolor del barrio as it drums through the hearts of all the women navigating this. Every dolor del barrio, nothing is dismissed or diminished when the women carry it too. El dolor del barrio, I share with you this pain and this beauty and this barrio life. Every dolor del barrio, worth the strife.
The pain of the barrio is also a strain. El dolor del barrio, going any lane to protect what we have built in spite of it all. Every dolor del barrio standing tall in the face of what was never meant to be. El dolor del barrio setting us free through the earning of a dignity hard won. Every dolor del barrio under the same sun.
But from El dolor del barrio comes the art, every sorrowful and melodic beating heart of a culture that transforms the pain to song. El dolor del barrio all along was the source of everything beautiful we made. Every dolor del barrio was the trade of separating for something that endures. El dolor del barrio still lures the world, and with the beauty of what grows in the heart of soil, as everybody knows, the strongest roots run deep through the pain. El dolor del barrio again and again.
El dolor del barrio is the song we know. Every painful and emotional glow of the
El dolor del barrio forever, but also the beauty forever. Every pain a flower, every sorrow a song. El dolor del barrio. This is who we are.
Yeah. Pour myself a drink and sat beside the window. Whiskey and memories in the amber glow of the street light catching chrome outside my door. Whiskey and memories I don't need anymore. We'll pour another just to make it through the night. Of the boulevard outside in the yellow light. Every drink a conversation with the past. Whiskey and memories, nothing ever lasts the way it did when we were young and nothing hurt. Before the boulevard put us through the dirt of every lesson that the years have left behind. Whiskey and memories running through my mind. Whiskey and memories on the body all night. Every nostalgic boulevard story right there in the glass reflecting all I know. Whiskey and memories in the amber glow of the years that passed before I'd understood what the body was teaching when it could be heard above the noise of being young and free. Whiskey and memories, they're all I see, yeah. Old photographs along the mantelpiece. Every face a story that will never cease to remind me of the choices that were made. Whiskey and memories never gonna fade from the chest of a man who kept his promises. Whiskey and memories are witnesses to the life I live with everything I had. Every whiskey and memory, good and bad, is a chapter in the book of who I am. Every poor reading of the telegram that the past sent forward to the present here. Whiskey and memories crystal clear. Old school music from the radio nearby. Whiskey and memories underneath the sky of a body all night that knows me like a friend. Every whiskey and memory blend into something that resembles understanding. Whiskey and memories not demanding anything except the willingness to sit with all of it, every single bit. By the third glass, something softens in the chest. Whiskey and memories doing their best to help a man make peace with what has been. Every whiskey and memory I've seen through to the other side where wisdom lives. Whiskey and memories is what it gives, the willingness to sit with everything. Every whiskey and memory offering a rare gift of understanding what I had. Every whiskey and memory, good and bad, was the making of the man I see tonight. Whiskey and memories burning right. Whiskey and memories on the body all night. Every nostalgic boulevard story right there in the glass reflecting all I know. Whiskey and memories in the amber glow of the years that passed before I understood what the body was teaching when it could be heard above the noise of being young and free. Whiskey and memories, they're all I see, yeah. Whiskey finished, memories remaining. Boulevard still outside, Barrio always there. Whiskey and memories, this is my life. Yeah. 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 Every hard night was a teacher in disguise. Pain makes me stronger, opened up my eyes to the depth of what I carry and the strength within. Every painful boulevard mile is the beginning of a man who learned to turn the hurt into fuel. Pain makes me stronger was the body of school, where nothing was easy and everything was earned. Every painful lesson, pain makes me stronger, learned. Endemic in the way the boulevard
From the bottom of the pain into the cup of the life that was too hard to quit on here. Pain makes me stronger, now the path is clear. Pain makes me stronger. Every single night, anthemic synth and crowd chant burning ride through the boulevard that never gave an inch. Pain makes me stronger, never made me flinch. From the hardest things that life put in my way, pain makes me stronger every single day. Of the Barrio life that asks for everything, pain makes me stronger, that's the only thing. Crowd chanting in the Barrio air tonight. Every pain makes me stronger, burning bright with the energy of a man who chose to stay. Pain makes me stronger, finding his own way through the darkness of the Boulevard and more. Every pain makes me stronger, open the door to the version of myself that needed to emerge. Pain makes me stronger is the upward surge of everything I am against the weight. Every pain makes me stronger, choosing to create rather than be crushed by what it was. Pain makes me stronger just because. For everyone who survived what should have broken them, pain makes me stronger. Here's the anthem of the ones who took the hardest hits and rose. Every pain makes me stronger as it goes. From the place of hurt into the place of power, pain makes me stronger. Every difficult hour of the body or life is raw material. Every pain makes me stronger, aerial. I want the young ones coming up to know, pain makes me stronger is how you grow into the person you were meant to be. Every pain makes me stronger, setting free the potential that was buried in the heart. Pain makes me stronger. Every scar is evidence of survival and of grace. Every pain makes me stronger on this race. Yes, through the body or life towards the finish line of everything I always knew was mine. The crown of a life earned through the pain. Pain makes me stronger, sunshine with the rain. Makes me stronger. Every single night, anthemic synth and crowd chant burning right through the boulevard that never gave an inch. Pain makes me stronger, never made me flinch. From the hardest things that life put in my way, pain makes me stronger every single day. Of the body or life that asks for everything, pain makes me stronger, that's the only thing. Pain makes me stronger. Everybody will listen, building something real. Endemic forever. Pain makes me stronger. This is who I am. Midnight sorrow. Midnight sorrow, ride through the Barrio alone. Every dark and painful boulevard, mile home. Midnight sorrow, ride with the shadows for company. Every darkness on the boulevard, teaching me. Clock hits midnight and the sorrow starts this ride. Every dark corner of the boulevard inside my chest as I navigate the empty strip. Midnight sorrow ride is the loneliest trip down the boulevard where joy was once so real. Every midnight sorrow mile is what I feel when the daylight distractions finally fade. Midnight sorrow ride is the bargain that I made with the truth I spend the daytime running from. Every midnight sorrow mile, the drum of my heartbeat is the only sound I hear. Midnight sorrow ride, cutting everything clear. Midnight sorrow, ride through the dark Barrio night. Every painful and melodic mile, burning right with the honesty that only darkness brings. Midnight sorrow ride, and all it means to be alone with everything you feel. Every midnight sorrow mile is real in the way that comfort never quite can be. Midnight sorrow ride, setting me free. The city sleeps but the boulevard hears it all. Midnight sorrow ride, catching every fall of a tear against the steering wheel tonight. Every midnight sorrow mile in the night is also a declaration of survival here. Midnight sorrow ride, making it clear that feeling everything without a filter on is the bravest thing I've done since she was gone. From the seat beside me in the life we share. Midnight sorrow ride, she always cared for every version of me in the dark. Midnight sorrow ride, ride through every part. Midnight sorrow ride through the body
Barrio alone. Every dark and painful boulevard, my home. Midnight sorrow, ride with the shadows for company. Every darkness on the boulevard, teaching me.
By 4 a.m. the sorrow starts to lift. Midnight sorrow ride, giving me the gift of having sat with everything tonight. Every midnight sorrow, mile now lie, with the understanding that the dark is temporary. Midnight sorrow ride, the ordinary hero of the bottle navigating through. Every midnight sorrow mile I knew was leading somewhere I could not yet see.
Midnight sorrow ride, setting me free
from the fear of feeling all of it tonight.
Midnight sorrow
ride, turning dark to light.
Midnight sorrow ride through the dark Barrio night. Every grateful and melodic mile, burning right, with the honesty that only darkness brings. Midnight sorrow ride, and all it means to be alone with everything you feel. Every midnight sorrow mile is real, in a way that comfort never quite can be. Midnight sorrow ride, setting me free. Midnight sorrow ride, ending. Dawn slowly arriving.
Boulevard, witnessed everything.
Barrio held me through.
Midnight sorrow ride, survival once again.
The game never loved me. The game never loved me.
The game never loved me, I was just a pawn. Every dark night in the Barrio from dusk to dawn. The game was running players like me through its gears. The game never loved me through the hardest years of a youth spent thinking loyalty had a face. Every dark 808, pounding through the space between the promises and what they actually meant. The game never loved me, money came and went, and only the Barrio stayed when it was through. The game never loved me, only family is true. Every minute's instant in the midnight air. The game never loved me and never cared. The game never loved me, it was using me. Dark scent in the 808 showing me every code and calculated truth about the street. The game never loved me incomplete without the love of something real to hold. Every game never loved me, story told by the ones who made it through and lived to say. The game never loved me, I had to find a way. Minutes in the dark, the way the game reveals its true face when the money and the dealing steals your youth and your potential and your time. The game never loved me underneath the crime of keeping people down inside the trap. Every dark 808 laying out the map, but where the game leads if you let it in. The game never loved me was where I began to understand the system and the play. Every game never loved me. Night and day was education and what not to trust. The game never loved me and it never must.
For every young one on the Barrio block, the game never loved me is the talk your elders wish they gave you from the start. Every game never loved me, from the heart of a man who lost his 20s to the game. The game never loved me is the claim of every survivor who came out the other side. Every game never loved me, Barrio pride.
I walked away from it before it was too late. The game never loved me was my final trait of seeing clearly what it always was. Every game never loved me is because I chose the Barrio over what the game could give. The game never loved me, but the Barrio let me live into the man I was supposed to be. Every game never loved me, setting me free from the illusion of the power that it sells. The game never loved me, tolls the bells of wisdom for the ones who still believe. Every game never loved me is reprieve.
Never loved me, it was using me. Dark scent in the 808 showing me every code and calculated truth about the street. The game never loved me incomplete without the love of something real to hold. Every game never loved me, story told by the ones who made it through and lived to say. The game never loved me, I had to find a way. The game never loved me,
Barrio always did, family always will. That's the truth I carry.
the game never loved me.
but life does.
Lowrider tears falling on the steering wheel. Every boulevard mile is the most I feel. This car was built to carry joy, not this. I polish up the chrome when the grief gets bad. Lowrider tears for everything I had, and then one day no longer had to hold. Every lowrider tear is worth its weight in gold, because the feeling means the love was real. Lowrider tears is the only way to heal. For a man who learned to cry behind the wheel, every lowrider tear is part of the deal of being someone who was loved and lost and loved. Every lowrider tear from somewhere above, the ordinary grief into the sacred kind. Lowrider tears rolling through my mind. Lowrider tears on the boulevard at night. Every sorrowful and melodic, everything right with the letting go of what cannot be kept. Lowrider tears for every moment wept behind the tinted glass when no one sees. Every lowrider tear falling to its knees in the church of the boulevard and the chrome. Lowrider tears riding me home. The old school playing something that we love. Lowrider tears and everything we shove down inside to keep it together through the day. Every lowrider tear washing away the armor of the man who can't show hurt. Lowrider tears falling in the dirt of the boulevard that never asked me why. Every lowrider tear beneath the California sky is a sacred act of honoring what was. Every lowrider tear just because the love was big enough to fill this car. Lowrider tears near and lowrider tears far. Let the tears fall on the lowrider chrome tonight. Every sorrowful and beautiful is right in the middle of a grief that will not hide. Lowrider tears with Barrio pride, 'cause the strongest men still feel the way. Every lowrider tear refusing to be late to the honest reckoning of all the love lost here. Lowrider tears the most sincere. I was on the boulevard, help me understand. Every lowrider tear is helping me to stand taller in the truth of everything I feel. Lowrider tears making it real in the way that only grief can make things clear. Every lowrider tear falling sincere down the face of a man who loved and lost. Lowrider tears, no matter what the cost of this vulnerability behind the wheel. Every lowrider tear, the most honest deal I have made with everything I am. Lowrider tears, the telegram. Lowrider tears on the boulevard at night. Every sorrowful and melodic, everything right with the letting go of what cannot be kept. Lowrider tears for every moment wept behind the tinted glass when no one sees. Every lowrider tear falling to its knees in the church of the boulevard and the chrome. Lowrider tears riding me home. Lowrider tears drying. Absorbing every grief honor, chrome holding memory. Lowrider tears, this is how we heal. One mile at a time. Every sorrow turning slowly into something fine. This is where recovery begins. I did not know what healing looked like when it came. Healing on the boulevard never feels the same as the pictures that we paint of what it ought to be. Every healing mile on the boulevard for me was not a single breakthrough, but a slow return. Healing on the boulevard, everything to learn about the patience that the Barrio was always shown. Every healing mile never riding alone, because the neighborhood comes out for its own. Healing on the boulevard fully grown into the understanding that the pain will pass.
Every healing mile, the clouds are clearing fast.
Healing on the boulevard, one day at a time. Every sorrowful and beautiful, and slowly find moment on the Barrio, strip that leads somewhere. Healing on the boulevard, the softest air of a new beginning rising in the west. Every healing mile putting pain to rest, in the place where memory and hope collide. Healing on the boulevard, every ride.
I watched you fall and I watched you rise again. Healing on the boulevard through the midnight rain. In the sunshine of the mornings you forgot. Every healing mile is everything you got. From the darkest place inside back to the light. Healing on the boulevard every single night that you chose to keep on going through the hurt. Every healing mile worth every bit of dirt you had to dig through to find who you are. Healing on the boulevard beneath the star of your own, becoming something true. Every healing mile, I was here for you.
Healing is not linear, but it always moves. Healing on the boulevard into better grooves of the life that was always meant to be. Every healing mile on the boulevard, free
from the weight that kept you grounded in the dark. Healing on the boulevard is the spark of everything that comes when you commit.
Every healing mile,
every bit. Now the boulevard looks different than before. Healing on the boulevard, opening every door that the pain that kept so firmly shut so long. Every healing mile is a brand new song about the future and the beauty up ahead. Healing on the boulevard, looking forward instead of always looking backward at the heart. Every healing mile across the boulevard is a declaration that the worst is through. Healing on the boulevard, me and you. In the bio that held us through the storm. Every healing mile becoming the new norm.
Healing on the boulevard, one day at a time. Every sorrowful and beautiful, and slowly find moment on the Barrio, strip that leads somewhere. Healing on the boulevard, the softest air of a new beginning rising in the west. Every healing mile putting pain to rest, in the place where memory and hope collide. Healing on the boulevard, on every ride. Healing on the boulevard, 1 mile at a time.
Barrio,
holding me every step forward. Healing on the boulevard,
finally arriving.
Yeah. Through the storm, we survive. Yeah. Through the storm, I kept the Impala running true. Every hard rain on the boulevard, I knew that the only way is throwing out around. Through the storm, it's how I kept my ground against the winds that try to take away everything I built through the hardest day of my body or life that tested everything. Through the storm is what the boulevard can bring out of a man who refuses to give in. Every through the storm moment is the beginning of the chapter where the character is built. Through the storm without a trace of guilt. Through the storm, I'm still standing in the rain, until making empowered through the pain of every hard and dark and difficult night. Yeah. Through the storm, I kept the fire burning bright. Barrio gave me everything I need. Through the storm, I planted every seed of the life that I was determined to create. Through the storm, I never learned to relate.
Crowd chant standing in the barrio night air through the storm. The neighborhood is always there. Every community that holds its people through the storm is everything that is true about the power of belonging somewhere real. Every through the storm moment is the deal we made with one another on these blocks. Through the storm, the barrio never stops being the foundation underneath our feet. Every through the storm moment complete with the knowledge that we never face alone. Through the storm, the barrio is home.
For every barrio family that held on tight
Through the storm,
through every difficult night, the testimony of your perseverance here
through the storm,
is making everything clear that the strength to endure was always there.
every through the storm,
Moment, the rare gift of the barrio to its children is this.
through the storm,
Is the ultimate business
of transforming difficulty into art. Through the storm, from every barrio heart. Now when I see the young ones facing storms, through the storm is how I show the norms of dignity and endurance in the face of everything that tried to take your place in the story of this barrio life we share. Through the storm is how I show I care for the next generation carrying this through. Every through the storm I learned I pass to you, not as burden but as evidence of grace. Through the storm, this is our sacred space of triumph born from the hardest nights we knew. Through the storm is what the barrio gave to you.
through the storm. I'm still standing in the rain, and they're making them power through the pain of every hard and dark and difficult night. Through the storm, I kept the fire burning bright. Barrio gave me everything I need. Through the storm, I planted every seed of the life that I was determined to create. Through the storm, I never learned too late.
Through the storm, forever. Barrio, always standing. Every generation, stronger, anthemic and alive.
Through the storm,
We survive.
beautiful pain is what the Boulevard taught me here. Every sorrowful and stunning mile, crystal clear. The barrio made me everything I am.
Beautiful pain is the contradiction I live. Every hard experience with something to give to the soul that was willing to receive the lesson. Beautiful pain in every barrio session of the school of hard knocks and hard of love. Every beautiful pain from somewhere above the ordinary into something rare. Beautiful pain riding through the midnight air of a barrio that asked me to feel everything.
Every beautiful pain
Is the offering of a life lived without a filter between beautiful pain and every vivid scene.
beautiful pain is the signature of this life. Every sorrowful and melodic cutting knife of experience through the heart of who I am. Beautiful pain is my diagram for understanding everything that made me here. Every beautiful pain is the atmosphere of a barrio life that never hid the truth. Beautiful pain from childhood through the book.
The most beautiful things were born from the hardest times. Every beautiful pain in the midnight chimes of the clock that marked another difficult year. Beautiful pain making everything clear about the nature of a life worth living hard. Every beautiful pain across the boulevard is a work of art that no one planned to make. Beautiful pain for every barrio's sake of the culture that transforms the difficulty.
Every beautiful pain
Setting me free from the notion that the good life has no hurt. Beautiful pain underneath the desert dirt.
for everyone who felt too much and stayed alive.
Beautiful pain is how the bravest ones survive.
The intensity of feeling everything.
Every beautiful pain, the offering of a heart that chose to stay open through it all.
Beautiful pain
Refusing to stall in the comfort of a numbness we all know.
every beautiful pain
This how we grow. Now when I look back at the beautiful pain, every difficult and gorgeous mile in the rain of this body, your life was exactly right. Beautiful pain in the broad day and night was the making of the man I needed to become. Every beautiful pain underneath the sun was a brush stroke in the painting of my soul. Beautiful pain making me more whole than any comfort could have ever done. Every beautiful pain under the same sun is the gift I did not ask for but receive. Beautiful pain, everything I believe.
Beautiful pain is the signature of this life. Every sorrowful and melodic cutting knife of experience through the heart of who I am. Beautiful pain is my diagram for understanding everything that made me here. Every beautiful pain is the atmosphere of a body or life that never hid the truth. Beautiful pain from childhood through the booth. Beautiful pain forever.
Barrio in the making.
Every sorrow a gift,
Every grief a teacher.
beautiful pain.
This is my life.
La última canción para todos los que se fueron. This final song for every soul departing. Boulevard, witnesses, everything. If this is the last song I ever write, let it carry everyone through the night. Of whatever comes after the final ride. La última canción with Barrio pride. For every grandmother who taught me how to pray, for every grandfather who showed me the way of the lowrider, tradition through his hands. La última canción for all the lands of the barrio that made me who I am. Every la última canción, the telegram of love I never said enough out loud. La última canción in the evening cloud.
La última canción, this is my final prayer. Gentle piano and the strings filling the air with the gratitude of a life imperfectly lived. La última canción is everything I give.
Back to the barrio that gave me everything.
Every la última canción offering
Of the music that was born from the pain and love.
La última canción
From below and above. This song is for the ones still on the road. Every la última canción is the code of grace that carries us from dark to light. La última canción in the final night. A very hard and beautiful and real moment on the boulevard is what I feel about the privilege of having lived all of it. La última canción, every bit of the sorrow and the beauty and the chrome. Every la última canción taking me home to the source of everything I ever was. La última canción, just because.
If this is the last note, let it carry love.
La última canción,
From the barrio above, the ordinary into something true.
every la última canción is for you.
For everyone who shared this boulevard with me.
La última canción,
Setting us
from
free.
the weight of the unspoken and undone.
Every la última canción.
Under the same sun. Yeah. Under the same sun. Yeah, yeah. When the engine finally stops and the chrome grows cold, La última canción is the story told of a life that burned with everything it had. Every la última canción, good and bad, is the complete and honest account of me. La última canción, setting history free from the need to be anything but real. Every la última canción is the deal I made with the barrio that raised me up. La última canción, filling every cup of love and memory for the ones who come. Every la última canción, under the same sun.
Canción, this is my final prayer. Gentle piano and the strings filling the air with the gratitude of a life imperfectly lived. Oh, la última canción is everything I give.
back to the barrio that gave me everything.
Every la última canción offering
Of the music that was born from the pain and love.
La última canción
From below and above. La última canción. Pero no el último día. The Boulevard continues. The Barrio endures. La última canción. Hasta la vista. Until we ride again.